माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय राधा गोविंद श्री राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमा जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रमा नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सच्ची His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajakacarya Satsi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopina Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, बीबीटी बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन यात्रा की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Thursday Bhakti Manjari class. We are on the last two verses of fourth chapter, that is 41 and 42. Before starting the verses, we will chant the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanathimiradhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Shri Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the 40th verse talks about the ignorant and faithless people, those who still doing the bhakti but they don't have 100% faith in Krishna. So what happens to them? Are they really getting benefited? They are not. Such persons cannot have any standing in Krishna consciousness. So they fall down. Out of all the above mentioned persons, those who are citing the pages from revealed scriptures actually have no faith in these words. And even though others, they may have faith in scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and so forth, they do not have belief in or worship the personality of Godhead, Krishna. Such persons cannot have any standing in Krishna consciousness. They fall down. Out of all the above mentioned persons, those who have no faith and are always doubtful make no progress at all. So men without faith in God has revealed what find no good in this world. nor in this text, because he cannot find himself in the center. So, typically we have seen that, when you get a piece of paper in your hand and you get a pencil, what we do is normally we draw three triangles. We call them our hill, and after making those hills, we make a round and create our sun there, sun lord. And once sun lord is there, then we think, oh, there are no parrots or any birds are flying, so we just create a four kind of Hindi ka four, like such kind of objects, and we call them our birds. Then we come down. And we see that, oh, everything is empty here. So let me draw some grass here. So we just draw a grass. After drawing the grass, we say, oh, there is no water in here. So we draw a river kind of, shape, and which we show it as if, it is flowing in a very serpent way. So life also, we think that it is flowing in that way only. And like the rivers traverses, the similar, our life is also traversing, taking the path like that, And then, but after seeing all this, we make a small hut, kind of, a small hut, like a triangle, and beneath that there is a house. We make a window, we make a door, everything is done. Then you think, everything is done, but where am I? So then we draw one like a watermelon kind of a shape, and we make some eyes to it, nose and mouth, and then we draw 3-4 lines to make our hands and legs there. And so now I am here. So we try to create a world where I am is the important. So once I am important, when we see that, irrespective of whatever the spiritual knowledge that we have acquired so far, we still want to see ourselves in that picture. And you should remember when COVID came, a small tiny virus. It came and bitten so many people, and then so many people died because of that virus. Some devotees, they have not taken any medicine. They have not taken any injections or antiviruses. They said, no, we will not take it because it is not known. So it is up to them that what they did, because they had lot of faith in Krishna. This Krishna will take us. Krishna will take care of us. It is not like, those who didn't have faith and they took the medication, they took the antivirus, they have not been survived. But the point is, those who have real faith and they didn't take any antivirus and they survived during that period as well. The point I'm trying to make here is that we want to see ourselves there. All the life we are searching the happiness around ourselves. We don't want to see happiness in serving Krishna. That is the point. Now, any question before we jump on to 41? Okay. So
Question.
yes, Mataji.
No question, sorry.
No question. No question is a good question. Yoga sanyatsa karamadam. Yoga sanyatsa karamadam Dhyana Sachinna Samshayam Atmavantam na Karmani Dibandhati na Dhananjaya. So one who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by the transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus, he is not bound by the reactions of work, O conqueror of riches. So, what is the name that Krishna called Arjuna? By so many names he has called in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, by Keshava, by Dhananjaya, by Parantapa, and so many names he has called, and also the one who never sleeps. That is, who is that person?
Dhananjaya.
No,
Uh,
Dhananjaya is Anjay of Dhana. That is Dhananjaya.
Rishikesha.
No. Rishikesh is Krishna himself.
नहीं
Gudakesha.
नहीं
Gudakesha is someone who has, who has won over the sleep as well. If he does not sleep, he can still very happily he can stay awake without any problem. So yoga sannyasta kramanam, by practice of karma yoga, one who does sannyasasta karmanam, one who gives up doing fruitive activities, dhyana sanchina samyasam. Krishna says by knowledge doubts will be removed, and atmavantam na karmani, one becomes situated at a spiritual platform. Atmavantam, then such a person, na karmani, nibandhati, such a person is not bound by karmana, by karma. To whom is he saying? Dhananjaya, O accumulator of wealth. If you do like this, you will attain supreme wealth. So what wealth he has done is when Yudhishthira Maharaj did the Ashwamedha Yajna. That time Arjuna took the horse and he went over across the Bharatvarsha. And whoever has, opposed, he has conquered that king. If he was not able to was not ready to surrender, he fought. And most of the places where people have already surrendered to him, because Yudhishthira Maharaj was very famous for his way of dealing with the people and his, all the, austerities that he used to do. He was such a bhakta. So all that. So people were already surrendered to Yudhishthira Maharaj, and that's why there was no much of a, resistance there. So that's why he collected lots of wealth by doing that Ashwamedha Yajna, and Arjun is the person who did that Anjay of Dhana. That's why he was Dhananjaya, accumulator of wealth. So in this verse, Krishna is using karma twice. Yoga sannyasta karmanam and atmavantam karmani. By superficial reading, yoga sannyasta karmanim will indicate by yoga do sannyasa of karma. But if someone is doing sannyasa of karma, there is no meaning or question of nibandhati karmani. So here, first karma refers to fruitive activities and second karma refers to karmic reactions. For every karma, there is a karmic reaction. So we remember four meanings of karma. Karma can be an action, karma can be in reaction, karma can mean system of action and reaction, and karma can also mean a fruitive action. So here when Krishna says yoga sannyasta karmanam, he means give up fruitive activities. And atmavantam na karmani, And he says, Nibandati, then you will not be bound by karma. Here, Krishna is saying you will not get any karmic reaction by doing so. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna, act in this way. So whole conclusion of this chapter is, Arjun, act now. There is this ambiguity which is there in yoga sannyasta karmanam. I have to give up karma. If this meaning is taken, and in one of the previous verses, Krishna says you will attain peace. So Arjuna is thinking Krishna wants shanti, the peace. So he wants to make me to take karma sannyasa. Does Krishna wants me to fight? What Krishna is telling? So now in whole fourth chapter, Krishna has not referred fighting even once. Of course, in 4.24, maybe, metaphorically, fight is referred by acharyas. That is deeper meaning of it, but there is no talk about fighting directly in the fourth chapter. So Krishna's method of speaking is gone deeper now. He is talking about deeper philosophical truths. And so he is talking about karma, vikarma and akarma. And repeatedly he has told that you have to do karma, but he has not used the specific word fight. In 4.39, he has talked about peace, which is transcendental peace, that come by living in harmony with nature. But Arjun is not comprehended that. He is thinking peace means not fighting. And here also Krishna is saying yoga sannyasta kramanam, give up karma. Then suddenly in next verse Krishna said fight. So Arjun gets confused. Here. It's a beautiful meaning here, you see. Now when we go to the next verse, you will get the real realization what Krishna is actually talking about, what he meant in second chapter and also in the first chapter, and then how the both things are coming together to finally give him the instruction that Uttishta Bharataha. Now you are already carrying all the weapons. By carrying all these weapons, you are such a Parantapa, you are such a warrior who can defeat anyone. Such a Parantapa should not sit idle and you should fight. That's what the verse 42 talks about. So let us see what 42 says. Tasmat ajnana sambhutam rastam jnanasinatmanaha Chitvainam samsayam yogam attishthotishta bharata. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharat, stand and fight now. Now he is instructing, stand and fight. Your doubts should be abandoned by the knowledge that you have acquired now. I have given you enough knowledge so far. That knowledge should be sufficient enough for you to understand that whatever you are going to do is not for your own good. It is for you are following my instructions. And that is why he is saying Uttishta. Atistotishthita Bharata. So Tasmat Ajnana Sambhutam. Sambhutam is born of Ajnana. What is born of Ajnana? Samshayam, the doubt. Ritastham, which is situated in your heart. Dana Sinta Banaha. Asina. Dana Asina Anta. Dana Asita Banaha. Asita is sword. And Dhanasina, sword of knowledge. So Atmanaha Chitta chittaitvainam. Cut apart the doubt. Whatever doubt in the heart, cut them apart, slash them down to pieces where the sword of knowledge is there. Then samshayam yogam. In yoga, attishto tishta. Tishta means situated. Attishta becomes situated, and uttishta means arise. Go above that. Arise is very categorically called for action. And O Bharata, O Arjuna. Arjuna were called by these names to encourage him. In 4.16, if you remember, he says, Rathopastas upavishata. He sits down on the Ratha and says that now I am perplexed. I cannot fight. I am so confused. What should I do now? Please give me instructions. So what he does in 1.46, which is the last verse of first chapter, Arjuna says, Arjuna sat down on the chariot unwilling to fight. So what is Krishna now telling? Uttishtha, rise. Similarly, Krishna tells him in 2.3. Again, second chapter, he says that Klabhyam masmak gabak partha naitatvat ya upapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktodishta parantapa. Uttishtha leads to clear message that now you raise and fight. Klabhyam masmak gabak partha. Klabhyam masmak gabak partha. By these, poor thinking, what is happening to you? You are talking like, as if you have a lot of knowledge. You're talking like a vidvana, but actually all you are talking about is absolutely useless. Naitatvaya upapadyate. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam. This is the sign of a kshudram, which is also having hridaya daurbalyam. So, tyaktva uttishtha parantapa. So get up and get ready to fight. This is actually, he is he actually scolding him in this verse. Klabhyam masmak gabak partha. And other verse in which he says, Kutasvam kashmanabidam. Vishame samupasthitam anare jushtam aswargam akirti karavarjunaha. So these verses are very important. You guys should by heart them. And so far you should have by hearted them. So now, armed with sword of knowledge and fight, Arjuna is thinking, I wanted to use my bow and arrow. What is this sword of knowledge and fight? So Arjuna gets confused. You told about the peace, and just now you told about the peace and karma, sannyasa, and now you are telling me to rise and fight. So Krishna is saying, you rise with sword of knowledge, cut off doubts, and he is saying, armed with yoga. So what Krishna is referring to here? He is referring to spiritual knowledge, which he has talked in this chapter. And he is saying, with this knowledge, what is this knowledge? With the understanding that I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. And the understanding that when the person acts in detachment, that action will not lead to bondage, but to purification and liberation. So therefore, this is the knowledge, this knowledge will cut off the doubts. Will I get bound? Will I suffer karmic reactions? Will I be doing the right thing by fighting this war? All those doubts will be cut off with the sword of knowledge. And Arjuna will not only fight with the bow and arrow, those will definitely be there, but he will fight with internal understanding that I am doing yoga. And what kind of yoga? Right now it is karma yoga. Krishna will ultimately tell Arjuna to do Bhakti Yoga later on, from chapter 7 to chapter 12. But Srila Prabhupada's purport, he says, one should therefore follow the path of Bhagavad Gita as it is expressed in the Gita itself and be aware of self-interested people after aggrandizement who deviate others from the actual path. So personal aggrandizement, those people are not interested in understanding and sharing Bhagavad Gita. But their agenda is personal name and fame. They interpret Gita in newer and newer ways to say that people think, yes, such a brilliance, I have never thought like this. In modern times, people say you should do something original. And their meaning of original means that which nobody has done before. So this is my original photo collection. This is my original painting. I have made the painting similarly. This is my original commentary on Bhagavad Gita and it contains my original insights. That means this insights has not come from anywhere else. The word original means as it is at the time of origin. Suppose a traffic signal is put sharp turn ahead. The original meaning of the signal was will help. Here finding a new meaning of the symbol will not help. That is this a curve indicates and guessing some of other meaning. So we don't need a new interpretation. That which is intent of originality. The originality is required in Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada gives that originality in his purports. So we don't have to rely on any other source of knowledge as long as we are sincerely and seriously studying Bhagavad Gita by giving the 100% shelter on the purports of Srila Prabhupada, and then we are continuing our study. And Prabhupada, in the last paragraph, Krishna consciousness is awakened by different types of sacrifices to the demigod, sacrifice to Brahman, sacrifice in celibacy, in household life, in controlling the senses, in practicing mystic yoga, in penance, in forging material possessions. Foregoing the material possessions, in studying the Vedas and in partaking of the social institution called Varnashrama Dharma. All of these are known as sacrifice and all of them are based on regulated action. But within all these activities, the important factor is self-realization. So that's why the Prabhupada wrote that book, Science of Self-Realization. How many of you have studied that book? Can you raise your hand? Atma Shakti Ka Gyan, Science of Self-Realization.
मैंने पढ़ा है तो वो it's been quite some time.
Okay, very good. That's wonderful. Renuga, you should be also reading it. Okay. So all of these are known as sacrifice and all of them are based on regulated action. But within all these activities, the important factor is self-realization. But one who seeks that objective is the real student of Bhagavad Gita. But one who doubts the authority of Krishna falls back. And one is therefore advised to study Bhagavad Gita or any other scripture under a bona fide spiritual master. So that leads to your question, Renuga, that you asked about the shelter and how we progress. So why IDC is so important and Guru Tattva that has been taught in IDC is so important for all of us, those who are doing, going for initiation later on. But initiation, having a guru is not a fashion statement. You have to really have to undergo a lot of penances. You have to follow Guru's instructions in full. halfway नहीं चलेगा. So in full means there is no compromise anywhere. Guru's instructions, if he asks you to go distribute the book, go distribute the book. If he asks you to go and do Haridam on the roads, do it along with devotees. Okay? By singing the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, lots of hearts are changed. They buy the book. But what happens is, when the books are distributed, the books gets distributed, but who is teaching them then? That point misses. So what someone needs to do is note down the names of the people, those who are taking the books, their contact details, if they are ready to give. And tell them that why we are taking your details, because we want to contact you and we want to enroll you in our classes where you can get this knowledge and read Bhagavad Gita along with others, those who are like-minded people. So that is the missing part in Sankirtan movement that I have observed. So which needs to be taken care of. It will happen because sometimes people get carried away that with the idea that we are doing Sankirtan, but what is the achievement by that? Just achievement is just distributing books, but are people reading those books? And just by reading the book, will they get the knowledge? Because we always see that 4.34, Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashtena sevaya upadikshanti te jnanam dhanena tattvadarshinaha. So, in order to get the knowledge, we have to reach to a spiritual master who has seen the truth. Because he has seen the truth, so he can give the absolute knowledge to us. And we have to serve him, ask the questions submissively, render service to him, etc., etc. So you all know that. I don't have to repeat every time. So that ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose to the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of transcendental knowledge. So that's about it for today's session. We will start chapter 5 on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. As we discussed last time. So be ready, and also make sure that all our other people in the class, they also get this message that how important it is to attend the classes. They are taking it very, very lightly.
So, currently, who all people are part of this class? Me, Regana Mataji, Rishi,
There
who
are
else?
three people more have joined because they were in different classes, so they have joined our class now
Okay.
for today.
Vancha Kaltarubhyascha
Surubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Sindhubhayascha
patitanam
Patitanam
pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Vaishnavebhyo
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda
Vaishnavrinda
ki
ki
jai.
Jai
Srimad Bhagavad Gita
Gita
ki
ki
jai.
Jai
Jagat
Srila
Guru
Prabhu
Srila
Srila
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
ki
ki
jai.
Jai
Shri Radha Gopinath
Nath
Bhagwan
Bhagwan
ki
ki
jai. Shri
Jai
Radha Govinda ji ki jai.
Jai
Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
So this finishes our study on chapter 4. From next week we will start chapter 5.
Hare Krishna.